Alright, gang, welcome back to our Triple Threat Challenge here on Hutan Pantai. It is now March 8:19 in the morning to be exact. We've got another load of equipment, load of resources, I guess I should say, product. We're taking here to the temple, so we're going to drop all of this off. Continue our quest here every beginning of every episode, trying to fill up as much as we can here. And, yeah, make sure that we get the temple going as fast as humanly possible here. So let's see what we're looking at here. We're still required next steps were planks long as cement bags. They have plenty of cement bags, and they have 17,138 liters of planks long. So we should be good to get to the next step in the temple. And that'll be nice to see something actually in the background. Well, I don't really know what we're going to see, if I'm honest with you, but I would assume there's going to be at least a stage of growth on the temple there between now and the next stage, right? So be cool to see what it ends up looking like. Anyway, how you all doing today? Hopefully you're all doing well. Things are good here. Today is a day where we don't have a whole lot to do, if I'm honest with you. Let's do a quick autosave here. Obviously, this morning I was filling up the trailer there with all of those pallets. Today, the growth-wise, there's not a ton for us to do. We do need to plow this field here, or drill this field here, I should say. The grass field can be mowed, which we are going to do. Everything else, we're just kind of in the waiting stage here. We do have to do a little bit of a second application of fertilizer, I think. Perhaps maybe we do not. Maybe we do not. Anyway, we'll be able to drill that field today, and what we're going to do is we're going to upgrade our drill today. There is one in the used market. We were talking about it towards the end of the last episode. It is still out there. So we're going to go ahead and purchase that. We're going to purchase it now. We're going to get this Kuhn right here. It's not a huge upgrade, but it does allow the ability to do both seed and fertilizer at the same time, so that is going to be a huge help for us, and it's going to save us time. So, absolutely worth it for us to go ahead and purchase this. And we will service it as well once we get up there. So let me get this back to the yard here, and I will meet you at the shop, and we'll pick up the new drill. Alright, we are pulling up here with the old drill. We're going to sell this one back for obvious reasons, right? We don't need two drills at the same time. So we're going to sell this one back. We'll get a little bit of money back for it, which is good. So let's go ahead and repair this. We'll repaint it as well. Same here. Repair and repaint. And while we're at it, we're just going to go ahead and repair the Challenger as well. I'm not going to repaint it. I'm not worried about the paint condition. As long as it continues to work and operate as we expect, I'm not that concerned about that. So let's sell this, and then we will bring over the new drill. I don't know why I got out of the menu, but we'll bring over the new drill and repair that as well. So let's go ahead and sell that. Sell that. Perfect. A little bit of money back, not a ton, but we'll take it. Now, if you just happen to stumble across this series and you really don't know how it works, everything's down below in the description, but long story short, it is a threat, which are 3 different randomized objectives. That's why they're called threats. You don't know what you're going to get. It's all randomized. The way it works is you'll get a randomized amount that you have to pay off as far as a loan goes. You get a random animal that you have to actually have and maintain. And then the big one, the big dog, is you will get a random crop type. At the very beginning of the game, whatever crop type that is, you have to basically take a mental note or write it down or whatever you want to do. But whatever that crop is, in our case we got green beans, whatever fields had green beans in it at that time, you had to purchase those fields. Subsequently, you also were going to need to, whenever you're able to purchase that field, you are going to need to drill that field with green beans or whatever crop it is you get, and then you will need to harvest it as well. It's pretty brutal. I'm gonna be honest with you, gang. It's not a quick thing. This is a long series. Obviously, we're 30 something in now, so we've been going at this for a while. But we've made a lot of progress. We have the goats. Goats is what we got for an animal. You can see the goats are there, right there, happy, running around. We got some baby goats in there, so that's all good and well. But we've got a lot of other things that we have to still do. We have to pay off the loan, which we are trying to do slowly but surely. I really want to fill up the seeds, not diesel, please. Okay. Nope. Okay. For whatever reason, it will not load up into here. I don't know what's going on here. But in any case, it's a fun little challenge, right? It's a lot of challenging items that are involved there. The other things that you have to do is these are bonus objectives. You don't have to do them, I guess I should say. They're bonus objectives. The other two items are you have to build a temple, which we're in the process of doing, as you saw already, and you need to utilize or incorporate at least one of the new crop types. So, example would be, in our case, we got green beans, so it really wouldn't matter for us. But if for, say, when you did the randomized choice there of what you're going to get as far as a crop goes, so let's say you got wheat or something, well, you also need to incorporate one of the newer ones. But we're doing two, because we also have long grain rice right over there, as you can see. So, pretty fun little challenge you came up with here, gang. Oops, sorry there. That's a silver truck, I guess. I don't know if we have a name for a silver truck yet. I think we do, but I forget what the name is already. We'll flip a Yui here. We're going to flood this field here because it needs to be flooded. And then we'll probably drill that field, but I need to get the plow out and take care of that area that had some hail damage overnight. So we'll take care of that in just a second. Alright, that's being flooded. I think it's... yeah, it's good. 100% fertilized. It's good, so no worries there. So let's put this away. We'll get the plow out, and then we can get the drill back out. I know I put the drill away. I probably shouldn't have, but, you know, that's fine. Not a big deal. Now, I probably could just leave this as it is with the cultivator, because it looks like the cultivation, when the worker was doing the cultivation, they fixed it. So I don't think I necessarily would absolutely have to do the plowing here. But we're going to do it anyway, just to make sure that it looks better overall. Because it does leave a mark, the hail. As you can see, the hail damage is clearly, there's a difference between the cultivation we did on the rest of the field versus where the actual hail damage was. So we're just going to go ahead and clean it up all together, so that way there's no concern whatsoever and we're getting the best yield we can out of it. Now, besides doing the mowing here, re-drilling this field, the other things we're going to accomplish today is we're going to knock down some more trees way, way, way far there in the distance and take them to the sawmill itself. We got to continue to make sure we do that every episode until we run out of trees, because we want to continue to be able to add things to the temple every single episode if at all possible, right? So that means we got to continue to chop down those trees, because I think we got about 4,000 or 5,000 left. I don't remember exactly the amount was that I looked this morning, but we can look at that really quick right now and figure it out. 3,441, so even less than I thought, actually. So, you know, it's fine, but we're going to have to put some more in there because it's going to run out between now and the next episode for sure. Let's get the drill back out. Alright, so let's see if we can fill this sucker up here with the stuff we need. Seeds, perfect. And solid fertilizer. Yep, a little bit more expensive than going to the shop, but it's still a pretty good price, so I'm not too concerned about it. So let's get over here. We're going to have to put in a long grain rice again in this area, because that's what this field is set for. This thing is slow to unfold. There we go. Alright, we can turn this on. Let's go ahead and turn on the steering assist for us, just to help us out a little bit here. And we're underway. And I'm just going to let the steering assist take us on a journey of where it wants us to go. Okay, good. Looks like we're lined up now, so we're ready to go. So this is good, man. This drill is pretty nice. The Kuhn S-Bro 6000 RC. Now, it is used, as you clearly know already, which means we're going to have to service it a little bit more often than you would otherwise, but that's okay. It saved us a lot of money, and it allows us to have the true $257,000 we have at current. Now, what are we going to do with that $257,000? Well, first things first, we're actually going to pay off some of the loan right now. And by some of the loan, I mean a lot of the loan. I'm probably going to put 150 grand probably poured towards it, something like that. Give us somewhere around $100,000 left, which is plenty, more than plenty. So while we get that lined back up, let's go ahead and jump in here. Let's get to the right area there, Z. Over to finances. We started with a $500,000 loan. That's the randomized version we got from the randomizer. So we've already paid $100,000 off. So we're going to pay a lot more right now. This is going to be awesome. get us down to 250,000 is really good. That's really nice. I like that a lot. So, as you can see here, if we scroll down, we've been paying about $1,333 in December. We paid off $100,000 on the loan there. So it dropped from 1,666 to 1,333. So we should, almost went too far there, we should drop a significant amount yet again on the interest that we're paying, which is great, man. That's really helpful. But yeah, hopefully you're all doing well, man. Things are going well, as good as they possibly can. For work, I've talked about this many times that, I kind of consumed another individual's workload, so I've been a little bit what's the word I'm looking for? Overburdened, I guess, with the work that I've been having to do lately. So that's why it's been a little bit slow for my members getting access to early videos. Just haven't had the time to record and edit in the same night like I normally would. But things are going better. I've got clients actually coming into town at the time of this recording. I'm recording this on a Saturday. The coming Monday, there's a client coming into town. So just a lot going on, man. Just a busy time right now, unfortunately. Which is good and bad, right? It's good to be busy at work because you'll constantly have, something going on. The day goes by a little bit quicker. But it's stressful, man. It's very stressful, so it's crazy how fast how much better it is to have such a wider width here, and it's not even that big of a change from what we had. I think ours was 4 or around 4. This is 6, so it's not a huge change, but I already can feel the change. Like it'll take us no time to knock out this field now, which is it's great, man. We really needed to make this upgrade anyway, based solely on the fact that we have this big massive field over here now. And then the other 2 fields that we purchased that were a part of, our goal here, they are also larger fields. So it was time for an upgrade, and I'm glad we did it, man. What else can we talk about? I think that's pretty much it. We'll get this going here. We've got the mowing we're going to do. We're going to turn that straight into silage. I do not think... actually... Real quick here, let's do an autosave yet again. Lots of autosaves. Apologize for that. I just don't want the game to freeze and crash on me. A lot of individuals that I've been talking to in the Discord, which, if for whatever reason you're not a part of the Discord, they need water. Oh, boy. They have no water. Their health is 0. Whoa, that's not good. All right, hold on a second. Let's jump in here. Let's get the water tank wherever it's at. I don't know where it is. It's over there. We got to fill them up with some water. But I've been talking with a number of you on the Discord, and there's a link in the description down below if you want to be a part of my Discord. But I've been talking with a lot of you, and there's a lot of issues lately that people have been having with the game crashing on them. So I've always had it on the autosave after about 15 minutes or whatever it is, because I really don't want to have to redo these if at all possible. And given the circumstances at work right now, it's probably a smart thing for me to have it on autosave, right? And listen, I'm not trying to. I know some people are like, "He's just complaining." I'm not trying to complain, gang. I just I want to make sure you guys are. I'm honest with you, and you know where I'm at and what's going on in my life. That's it. That's it, man. All right, let's go. Let's go give the goats some water so we can get their health back up. Oof. I'm glad I checked that, because I think in the last episode I might have said something about we were going to fill up their tank with some water because I thought they were getting low, and then I didn't do it. So, that one's on me. No. Do not put it in this... Why is it put in the silo? I don't want it in the silo. That water just went into that silo. Whoops. Alright, they don't need much more water. That's fine. Let's see if I can get it out of this silo now. I don't know if I'm going to be able to or not without moving that forage wagon. There we go. Now, another thing we need to look at doing, and I've mentioned this, and we've been kind of trying to slowly incorporate it on most of the series, but we need to get some kind of power washer. Our equipment is very, very dirty. It is about time to start actually cleaning them up a little bit, right? Making them look a little better. All right, there you go. They are back to full water capacity, so their health should go up. Not too concerned about it. They've got plenty of food. They've got 1,604 liters of meadow grass, and then they've got this big old dog here of bale, which there's actually not that much left in that bale, so we might want to consider keeping some of the actual grass to the side for them. But in any case, they're okay for right now. Not much in the actual goat milk there, unfortunately, yet, but that's okay. We'll get there as they continue to reproduce. Now, obviously, I think this field itself only holds 20-something animals. We've already got 17, so there may be a time where, depending on how long the series continues to run for, we may want to consider upgrading their pen area a little bit, right? Make it a little bit better for them. But that's for the future. That's not for now. Now, I don't think I can set the worker off on mowing the grass over there, but I'm going to attempt to try it here once we get turned back around here. I'm pretty sure it's not going to work, because it's going to get confused and not really realize it's a full field here, but let's just give it a shot really quick, because why not? Worst thing that could happen is we try it, we waste 20 seconds of our time, and then it doesn't work. I might have tried this a long time ago, I don't remember, but we're going to try it again. I don't know what happened to my windrower there, but it got pushed over to the side. I don't know what happened there. It was that storm. Yep, I didn't think so. I just couldn't remember. But, I mean, I figured I might as well get the worker a head start on there for me, if that's at all possible, but I didn't think it was going to work. Alright, we are back underway here. It should go across this, and it should look a lot better. Yeah, it looks pretty much... Well, you can still see it, actually. I don't know, you can't really see it much now, but I guess you kind of can there in the bottom left corner. It still has that different texture because of the hail damage, but since we plotted up, it should be fine. It should give us the full yield in that area. But either way, we're going to go ahead and continue on here, gang. We'll get this field done, and then we will start working on the grass field as well, and we'll see how far we get. Put a little bit of a time lapse in here, get this thing going. Let's make some money. Well, I'm sure you guys saw that I was having a hell of a time when I was doing the drilling over there in that corner where it's a really steep hill. I'm not sure how I'm going to have to go around that moving forward, but that was a little embarrassing, but it was really difficult for me to get turned around there, given the size of the drill in comparison to the hill that has been created in that area. So, is what it is. Not really a whole lot else I can do, so we're just going to have to deal with it. I switched out tractors. The John Deere on this mower, it doesn't have enough power, really. So we just switched out tractors and decided to start utilizing this one moving forward for the rest of the mowing here we have to do, which there's not much left to do. We've got to mow this area and then touch up over there around the outskirts over the barn and the goats and everything. There's a little bit of grass over there to mow as well, but this is the bulk area here of the grass work, so there's not much left to do right here. I didn't put the drill away yet. I figured I would just do that a little bit off camera. I've yet to do it, but I will do that here. Towards the end of the episode, I'm sure I will jump in there and put it away off camera at some point. Now, we will take a little bit of this grass. Like I said, we'll pick a little bit of the grass. We'll keep a little bit of the grass. Not a ton of it, but a little bit of it just for the sheep. And what I'm likely to do is to kind of keep some of it just in the forage wagon itself versus putting it in kind of silo. That way we can just go over to it and unload it out of the forage wagon whenever the sheep need it. Which really they probably won't need a whole lot, so I probably won't keep much. Maybe 1,000 or 2,000 liters of grass, something like that. Just to be on the safe side. I would suspect that 1,000, 2,000 liters is going to be more than plenty, because realistically by the time they're going to be eating through all of that, this grass field will be ready to harvest again, so let's head up here. Like I mentioned, I might have to fold this up. I'm going to have to. Just so I can fit through the small little area here we've given ourselves. It's a good thing that crop is not ready to be destroyed, because I would have just destroyed it there. This is the grass area here we want to kind of mow up. It's not going to give us a ton more, but, I mean, I don't want to not do it, if that makes any sense. Probably need to look at getting maybe potentially a different mower as well. I'm not sure we necessarily need this big of a mower anymore. We probably could utilize a smaller one, potentially. It's a little difficult to turn with as well, so might look into getting a mower change or upgrade or whatever you want to call it here in the near future. Now, I am going to go up this pathway here. Now, this pathway here, I did not put down any... I didn't actually drill the grass going up this way. But it is just some generic grass, some weeded grass, if you will, that will give us a little bit extra. So we'll take it. Alright, this is the last pass here. This is going to be good enough for me. After we get this done, we'll go ahead and put this away, get the windrower out. And we're going to windrow all this grass up and make it in a nice little swath for us, so it's going to be a little bit easier for us to pick up with the forage wagon. And then, as I mentioned, we'll start throwing that into the silo there, turn it into silage so we can make some money. Which, really, will be pretty quick. It won't take us too long to make money. And then we can keep a little bit, like I said, for the sheep. And then after that, we'll jump over and work on a little bit of... Whoops. Work on a little bit of the forestry work, the tree work over there. And we'll see where we are as far as the episode goes. So, not a whole lot left to do here, but... should be prepping ourselves, though, to make a good amount of money with the silage and move us closer to being able to pay off the loan here, right? Now, if you're still watching to this point, there are other people who have taken on this challenge with me. I do have them linked down below in the description. If you happen to be watching this and are taking on the challenge, and for some reason I do not know about it, make sure you let me know down below in the comments so I make sure I can add you to that list of people that are taking this challenge on. So if you are watching this and you're enjoying it, make sure you maybe give them a follow or see how they're doing the challenge itself. Because we all are starting on the same exact starting plot here, so everybody can go about it a little bit differently. And everybody's going to have a little bit of a different take because they're going to have a different threat that they were given by a randomizer, right? Really happy we upgraded to this windrower, I don't know, a number of episodes ago. It's much faster, much better than the one we had. The one we had was great, but it was taking us a long time to do it. This one really doesn't take us too long, and it's about the perfect size for the size of the grass fields that we currently have here. Any bigger than this, I don't think would have been a good choice for us. I think it would have been too large. We'd have a really hard time, I think, getting to some of these smaller little paths that we have kind of around the buildings, right? Some of that grass, unfortunately, we're just not going to be able to get to it, which is a little unfortunate, but it is what it is. There's a bit of a window here, too, that I have to kind of get to, right? If I'm a little bit too far over, it won't pick up the grass, as you were just seeing back there. But as long as I'm within a certain range, it will get it and throw it into the middle. There you go. There it is again. I'm missing a little bit of that, but we can try to pull it back over when we turn around. Difficult, right? You got to be very precise here with your windrowing magic, if you will. Just like that. Some of that stuff over there in that field, we're just unfortunately not going to be able to get, so it is what it is. We're going to try going at this path again here, see if we can pull a little bit more over our way. Just like that. Alright, we're going to call that as good as we can be on that little area. So I'm not going to put a time lapse in here or anything like that. We'll just do a bit of a jump cut here. You've seen me do this more times than we can count, right? So I'll get the rest of this all windrowed up, and then I'll be back with you once we get the forage wagon going. All right, we're underway here with loading this up. I should have put silage additives in here. I don't know what I was thinking here. As a matter of fact, once we get up here to the top, I'm going to throw some silage additives in there, knowing that a little over half of it has not had silage additives to it, but that's okay. We'll get it in there now. Get us a little bit of extra, right? Might as well. No brainer, really. Oh, maybe you can't get silage additives. Ah, maybe that's why I didn't put it in there. Okay. Maybe you can't. Or maybe it's at the front. Nope. Nope. Okay, so maybe you can't buy silage additives from there. Okay, that makes sense why there is nothing there right now. We can go up to the shop and get some, but we'll let it slide this time. Maybe we'll get in the next one. Get this reset here. All right. So this won't take us too long to get all this filled up here. Obviously, there's not a ton of grass on the ground here, but it's probably, I don't remember how many we got in the last time we mowed it, honestly, with the loading wagon. I do not recall. It's been a while. But it probably is 2.5, maybe 3 trailer loads, maybe, right? We're at 73% already, so I would say it might not even be 2.5. It might be 2. But either way, we're going to get underway here. We're going to get all this going, and we're going to take this and drop it directly into the silo like I mentioned earlier. And then we'll see where we get to. Alright, the grass field's all done, gang. As you saw, I put a lot into the silo itself. Did keep just over 2,000. I didn't want to go any closer than that. I was afraid I might lose some there. As you can see, there's not really a whole lot of wood in there. Actually, as a matter of fact, I think we ran out of wood. There's only 209 liters, so I think we did run out of wood. So we definitely needed to chop down some trees here. I've already got one chopped down right there. We're going to chop down a lot more here, especially if it's in that dire straits where it needs that kind of wood. We need to knock down a lot more than what I was initially anticipated. Doing that grass field there didn't take too long, though. It worked out well. Okay, that one cannot be picked up. All right, that's good. Let's get this guy. Hard to see in here. This is why I don't like doing a whole lot of forestry work. As you can tell, it's really not the best. Not the best thing to look at and watch, right? And I mean, look at the rendering there of those little bushes. That's not even good rendering. But, you know, what can you do, right? What can you do? This is good, man. We're knocking down a lot of these trees. As far as with the hill, what we're going to do on the hill up here, I don't know. I think I might have mentioned that when we first did this. I'm really not sure what we're going to do. I don't know if I'm going to be able to turn it into an extension of the actual crop field down there, or I have no idea what we're going to be able to do with this, if anything. Maybe we put, I don't know, maybe we put some grapes or something, or some olives up here. I don't know. I don't know yet. I really haven't thought that through yet. Guess we could plant more trees, too. I guess that's an option, right? Always an option to plant more trees, potentially. So we'll figure that out when the time comes. We've got a lot more trees here to knock down. It's not the biggest area of trees up here if you just stumbled across this and have not been watching in the past, but I mean there's still going to be a decent amount here. We're not going to be able to go up too much further, I don't think, but we'll still get a good chunk of money. Well, in this case, I guess just pallets of wood out of this versus you know, having to buy them outright. At least the temple pays us money for that, which is kind of cool. Like, I wasn't really expecting that when we first started working on the temple. If I would have known that, I probably would have been doing some of this stuff a little bit earlier. And what I mean by that is I would have at least started it earlier than what I have now. That way we could be making a little bit of money easier, right? If we're able to knock down some trees that we have on our land, take them there and sell them and make money, and it also puts it towards one of the side objectives we have. I absolutely would have been doing that earlier if I knew that. I gotta be careful here. I can't really see what I'm doing. This thing likes to glitch out all the time. The winch here, I can't explain it. Don't know why, but it does not. For whatever reason, if you look at it at a certain angle on console, at least, it will just crash the whole game all the way back out to the menu, or into the dashboard rather. Whoa! We almost did a flip. So we're going to grab the rest of these trees here. There's 3 of them, I think, still remaining to get here. Maybe 4. There's a small one there that I knocked down. Did I knock this guy down? I don't think I knocked this guy down. It's going to be kind of hard to see this, gang. You're going to have to bear with me for a minute here. Let me move this out of the way. It's probably going to glitch a little bit every time you run. See how it jumps? Not really a whole lot I can do about that one, though. Here we're up to 8,920 liters. When the time comes to actually sell the wood chips that are in there, that's going to make us a pretty penny as well, so that's going to be good, right? We're not going to be selling those, though, for a while, right? Those are not going to be best to sell until the winter months of some sort. We hit something there and dropped the whole tree down. So that went well. I think it's because I turned on all the productions inside the sawmill. That's why we are running out of trees or running out of wood, lumber, whatever. We're running out of that faster, which makes a lot of sense, right? Before we were only running one thing, and then we decided to run all 3. So now this is a big dog right here. This should make us, this should fill this up a lot. Actually, it really didn't, did it? Almost 2,000-ish. Oh, well. Let's grab this last one here, gang. We're going to go ahead and drop this down here, and we are going to leave the episode at this point. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, I would greatly appreciate it if you smash the like button for me, subscribe if you're new. All that stuff helps me out an absolute ton. Thanks so much to my 12 members. You guys are awesome. Cannot thank you enough. And, yeah. If you want to join the Discord, want to be a member, all that stuff, all those links are down below in the description. Links to the whole entire series here is down below in the description as well if you want to get caught up. Hope you enjoyed it. Need to turn around here, drop this winch back off, and we'll see you in the next episode.